Hey, everybody. So I've been hearing some buzz on social media that there's some people out there trying to debunk the conversation that we should not talk about superheroes and superpowers as it relates to our kids with dyslexia and ADHD. Now, I would like to debunk the debunkers. You ready? Here we go. Let's first talk superheroes for a minute. The superhero genre, one of the only genres that is loved and watched by both child and adult at the same time and can both take something unique away from it. Okay. I want to talk about my favorite superhero. I'm biased, well, because it's only me talking here. I want to talk about Superman. Okay. Superman has a very unique yet very relatable story. Now, his name's not Superman, is it? No, it's Clark Kent. Let's go back to the beginning. A boy who's different, who doesn't quite fit in school, who just wants to be normal like his friends, but he doesn't really understand. Now, as he gets a little older, his abilities start to show. And that makes Clark feel alone and scared and frustrated because he just wants to be normal like his friends. And his friends start to see this and they start to bully him and they don't understand him. His teachers doesn't understand him. So what happens? Clark feels isolated. His parents, on the other hand, don't know how to communicate to him either because they don't want him to face the reality to that he is different than everybody else. So what happens? That forces Clark to go down this whole path of self-discovery on his own, by himself. And we remember where he finds himself later on in the Arctic cave where Clark spoke to the ghost of his father. And this whole time before that, he was rejecting who he was. He was rejecting his past, that he was different. He was just trying to fit in, but he couldn't because he was different, and that was okay. So Clark spoke to his father. He realized his past, and that was the turning point in the movie where Clark Kent put on the cape. When he embraced his past and who he was, that was when Clark Kent became Superman. But it didn't stop there. Now Clark decided to push himself farther and farther and fly higher and higher to understand who he is. He finally has the confidence to embrace who he is. But that doesn't stop the world. The world still rejects him, but that doesn't stop Clark because he finally found who he was. Now, what's evil? What does evil represent? Every superhero story, every superhero fights a form of evil. The question is, my friends, does evil represent a test of how weak we are or how strong we are? Many say weak, but I want to encourage you to think about it as strength. Think about this. If evil was a test of how weak we are, how come in every superhero movie, when that hero almost dies in the final battle scene, you can almost predict that it's going to happen, they come back stronger than ever before to defeat the villain? What if evil was actually a test of how well we know ourselves, our ability to overcome obstacles? What if that was the true test of evil? And what if evil doesn't have to be a physical evil? What if evil's up here, that inner voice telling you that you're not good enough? So we defeat evil because we now know how well we know ourselves. Okay, so we can shut evil out. Okay? We can overcome these obstacles. We can overcome the adversity. And it's at this point the world finally embraces Superman as Superman. And that's why, my friends, we know our superheroes as the name of their hero, which is Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, Iron Man, not as their real names, like Clark Kent and Peter Parker. And that's why we always hear these crazy stories of our successful dyslexic and ADHD entrepreneurs, musicians, and actors. Because we only focus on the destination. We see Richard Branson, for example, or Daniel Radcliffe. We hear about the story when they were the nickname stupid schoolboy in school, and now we see where they are. But what we forget is the journey, my friends. So when it comes to superpowers, what if it's this idea that every human being has their own unique strengths. In my company, which is, by the way, called Superpower Consulting, I run a global mentorship program called the Discover Your Superpowers Mentorship Program. It's literally part of our philosophy. And what we say is that we all may have a brain, but no human being has the same mind, which means that we each have our own unique opportunity to embrace who we are and define our strengths, our superpowers, the thing that makes us unique that we're going to use to one day do what we want, whatever that is, whether that's starting a family, whether that's just getting through school, whether that's finding yourself in your career or building something new or having a conversation. Why do we have to limit our kids' abilities? Why can't we allow them to dream saying, I want to go to the moon, I want to go to Mars? Why do we have to say, no, that's okay. You don't have to do that. You don't have to dream big because we don't believe in superpowers. You don't have superpowers. You're just a human. My friends, our world needs change. Change does not happen in normal. Those who bring change happens outside of normal. And these are the people that are able to embrace their strengths, their superpowers, their unique abilities to do what they want in their life, the thing that makes them special, and bring change, because that's what we need. So for those of you that are still convinced, I just encourage you to think about it a little deeper. Please think about it a little deeper, because our kids should not be kept in this box of normal. We should be encouraging and empowering our children, the next generation, to reach for the stars, to put themselves out there, to overcome obstacles, aka the evil standing in their way, to encourage them to understand their true unique superpowers, which is in each and every one of you watching this. If you're watching this and you think you're successful, what brought that success? It doesn't matter financially, personally, it doesn't matter. What was the thing that got you to realize this is what I want to do? Whatever that is, can't that be argued as your superpower? Come on. Obviously, we can't shoot lasers out of our eyes, as far as I'm aware. But let's make it practical. So, I think that's all I got for you. If you still disagree with me, let me know. Let's have a conversation.